baby, it's cold. And I don't know what time it is. Old Eddie Murphy reference for you guys. Back when he used to be funny. Remember those days? This is Nutnfancy. You're watching the Nutnfancy Project cooking show. That's right. For this video, it will be a cooking show. For once again, I'm finding myself in the deep snow. This time in an urban environment. Loud, I might add. And I'm hungry. So it's time to cook some dinner. So here we go. It's going to be a 2-for-1 review video. I think you guys will love it. One, we're going to pretend that we have no electricity at our house. You have no way to cook your food because electricity is out, and it will be for the next month. How's that food storage looking, by the way? Good? Bad? Well, we're going to pretend that you do have some food stored up. And we also are going to pretend that you had the foresight to buy this. Welcome to the Nutnfancy review, 2-for-1. First part, of course, is going to be the review of the stove. It is a portable butane gas stove by Gas One. It is model number GS3000. Made in China, no doubt. Don't even know. Probably is. This will be the first time ever I've cooked with it. And there is no better test than this. In the deep snow, and it's cold. About 28 degrees outside where I'm at. It's cold enough. Okay, so here's a stove. First and foremost, I love the lightweight and compactness of it. Excellent. The price is right. Look in annotation where I recommend you go get it. It's probably available in all kinds of places. But I paid $17 for it. How's that for value? Comes with a plastic carry case. It is self-contained. So we open it up. The burner is stored upside down. You will have to take the unit out of the carry case to use it, because if you don't, the canister lock switch will pop up like that for safety, I guess. Speaking of the canister, this is what the fuel looks like. It's 8 ounces. It's a can, and it will burn for 90 minutes on full boil, a lot longer if you do less. You'll lock the fuel canister down with this switch. Very simple to use. You can see the situation there, the mechanics. Close it, and it popped up. Has a self-igniting feature, which sometimes will fail you in cold weather. This will be a good test for that. Let's try it. Here we go. Oh, it worked. So in the wind and the cold, it's working great. So I'm sorry, friendo, but we're gonna have to put you right in the snow there as you heat up. My pot, where did my pot go? There it is, covered in snow. Now, the reason I'm in an urban location is because most likely you will be staying at the house, your cabin, your homestead, your missile silo when you cook, right? With that being said, we're gonna just have household utensils instead of what I normally show, and that is backpacking utensils. So this is going to be my pot for the second part of this video, the Nutnfancy Chili recipe. That's right, we are going to cook my favorite chili recipe that I've come up with myself, and man is it simple. Now I have a feeling, and I know you TMPers, that you guys are going to exchange your own chili recipes in the comments, and that's all to the good. I'm all for it. But don't try to convince me that this can be improved upon. It can't. There are the ingredients. So we've got a can of kidney beans. I usually like light red. Couldn't find regular salt ones, so I got reduced sodium there. No, I'm not on a reduced sodium diet. Pinto beans, Bush's brand. I like real high quality. Hunt's tomato sauce, full size can. I can't speak, it's so cold. Chili powder, ground salt, and I also have some Lowry salt running around here I gotta go grab. And can we have a moment of silence because I broke my bottle of A1 sauce and I don't have a backup. That blows. I usually put like a teaspoon of A1 sauce in there as it completes. How sad. And then we have chopped onion. That's it. And of course ground beef. Here it comes. Now before, you guys are just gonna eat this up. I know you guys already. Now before we put the meat in, I like really heating my pot up. And the reason is I sear the beef. Nice and seared. So we're gonna see how this little what's it called again? Gas One portable butane stove does. I have a feeling it'll do great. If I have a preference, I do like cooking on, I don't know, gas as opposed to electricity. An electrical stove. It's just more better, more adjustable, heats quicker, and that's what we're doing right here. I am wondering how that's going to reflect off the snow there. I think what I'll do is cut like a cardboard base for it. I have a chunk of cardboard here. Knife is courtesy Spyderco, the Stretch VG10 steel. So let's cut a cardboard base. I'm just kind of winging this, dudes. You might know that. Cut that like that. Hey, Nutnfancy, that might catch on fire. So, I'm in the deep snow here, man. Where's it gonna go? Nowhere. Maybe covering this in foil would be even better. Then you'd have a reflective surface, bringing that heat back up to the pot. But this is just, you know, first time use. So we'll just carefully put that right there. Oh, yeah. Now, snow can insulate. You guys know that. But against the heat source, it'll probably create more water than reflection. So we're just going to do it this way. See how it works. It may suck. I don't know. So we're heating our pot up. Then we're going to cook our beef. We're going to drain the fat. We're going to add the other ingredients and let it simmer for a while on the Gas One butane stove. And you're going to see some awesome chili. Prepare to be hungry. One way we can know that that's getting hot is you'll see condensation in the lid. Yes, even in these temperature conditions. So you guys don't get bored, I'll cut the video. I'll show you some. And then we'll just come back during the cooking process if I have anything meaningful to add. Observations of the stove, by the way, I'll do it at that point. And by the way, I hate filming outside like this. You can hear how noisy it is. We'll have jets flying overhead, people yelling, vehicles passing by, and you wonder why I do tabletop reviews. It's just so much better. So noisy otherwise. But for this video, that's what you got. This is a Nutnfancy cooking show. We're going to tune back in here in a second when that beef is cooking up. Bummer. This thing isn't doing well. Not in these conditions. Yeah, the flame is still on. The meat's in the pot. Which, by the way, I use the leanest ground beef I can get my hands on. If I can't find that, I'll use goat meat or dog meat. Just kidding, Allie. No, lean ground beef, and I should be really cooking by now. It's been on there for about 10 minutes. And that is an anemic flame. Weak. I think the cartridge is about half full. It's not completely full. It is fully locked down. We're in max blast on the setting for the GS3000. And, well, you see it right here. You don't hear any sizzling beef, do you? Nothing. Lukewarm. Wow. Now, it is a butane cartridge. It is cold. I realize that. But check this out. When you cook, and for your preparedness system, you need to have multiple systems to cook with. So what do you think I'm going to break out now? Oh, incidentally, I made a wind block of cardboard, and I put aluminum foil down, like I was talking about. You guessed it. The Pocket Rocket. Coming at you. Reviewed here in the Nutnfancy project this year, actually. Took me forever to get that done. I have several other stoves, but this one's the handiest, so I'll just use it. MSR Pocket Rocket. Let's see if we can cook our chili with that. Enough messing around. Now, to be fair, I think this would probably do a lot better in the indoors. But I'm not impressed here in 28 degrees temperature. So we got to go to plan B if we're going to eat out here at least. That sucks. Let's listen. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, yeah. Daddy needs some heat. Here comes the REI lifeboat matches. I guess I should have just taken that flame from that stove. Whatever. Good enough. Strike it. Oh, now that's a stove, bros. That is a stove. Excellent. Max blast. That's how that does now. I also have a cast iron propane stove. I think it's a 2-burner stove. I brought back for me from the Mideast. I actually bought it in a downtown market in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh of all places. Brought it back. I spray painted it with high temperature steel paint, and I have multiple propane tanks that can cook long term. I also have multiple cartridges stored up for the Pocket Rocket and other MSR stoves that I have. So yeah, you hear that? That's cooking. Getting our chili underway. Sitting in the wings is the Lowry salt, by the way. Sour cream for the chili. Yes, definitely sour cream. So we'll see how this does. I have complete confidence in the Pocket Rocket. Yes, even with that big old honking stove. Not stove, but pot. All right, we'll check back here in a second. We should see that stuff frying up. There's the downside to using the little tiny Pocket Rocket with such a huge stove. You're gonna have to precariously balance it. We talked about that in the review. Look at how that's cooking that though. Huge pot, little tiny Pocket Rocket. That's why I love that stove so much. Highly recommended. I mean, that's cooking. In the cold, in the wind, it's cranking it. Meanwhile, on the left is the butane stove. It's still on. I don't know if you guys can see it. Barely, and it's not doing well still. I took it back inside and the flame is fine. It looks great in indoor temperatures. So I think once again inside it would do much better. But to me, this is a real test. In the snow, the wind, the cold, albeit I do have a windbreak right here with a cardboard. That meat is coming along. I like keeping my ground beef coarse for my chili. I don't chop it up real fine. That's just me. That's the way I like it. And we're about ready to drain the fat off of this. The Nutnfancy Cooking Show. Maybe I'll go to cable or something. Nah. Internet rocks. The way I drain the fat, by the way, is I will bring it to a boil with some water, which I have here on the side. Let me go get it. And we could probably put that in right now. So this is the water, and what that does is it liquefies the fat. I'm gonna bring that to a boil and then drain that off, and you'll get less fat in your ground beef for the chili and less pooled fat once it's done. Ooh, I have a balancing act to do here again. Let's see, which way do I need to go? I think we're all right. That is a downside to that little Pocket Rocket. You have to balance right on top of it, especially with a pot that big. Oh, buddy. Chili in the snow. Is there better food than that? I don't think so. What are we doing over here, GS3000? You look pretty anemic, dude. Doesn't look good. Whereas you can hear the Pocket Rocket just cranking, this not so much. Not in the cold. Meanwhile, let's check out the Pocket Rocket flame. Oh, yeah, buddy. Look at that. Getting it done. The Pocket Rocket. Butane stove, not getting it done. Wow, I'm disappointed, man. I thought it would do a lot better. Did that flame go out? I think it did. Oh, that's why the lever popped up from the gas. That happens a lot, I'm seeing too. Gotta turn it off first. Crank it. You on, stove? There it is. Alright. Might redeem itself. I haven't given up hope yet. See, the flame looks pretty good right there, right? To me, though, it's just not a high pressure flame like we're getting over here. I mean, that's high pressure. The proof is in the cooking. Let's check it out gently so we don't knock the pot over. Yeah, the Nutnfancy Chili coming along. Time to drain the fat, put the ingredients in. All right, dudes, the fat is drained. Time to start seasoning the meat. I'm not super particular about the quantities. I kind of TLAR it. That looks about right. First up, Lowry salt. About like that. Here comes some ground pepper. Oh yeah, fresh ground pepper. That'll give it a little bit of kick. About that much. Here comes some regular salt. Fresh ground. This is just what Mrs. Nutnfancy's using these days. Works for me. About like that. The one thing I do measure is my chili powder. And I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of chili powder in there. And I'll probably put a little bit more, but I'm going to start with that. So I'm going to measure that out, and you don't have to measure it. There's a heaping tablespoon chili powder. I'm going to go a little bit more. Depends on how many beans you put in. There we go. Here come the onions. This is one, I would say probably large onion. Look at how simple this is to make, guys. It's just so easy. And it is delicious. I'm gonna mix that up a little bit. Now I don't really have to saute the onions according to my recipe. They'll cook naturally when I put the beans in. And this is, by the way, speaking of the beans, I bent a tine, by the way, on this. Look at that. Let me straighten it up. Ooh, gutsy Nutnfancy. There we go, better. What I do is I'll add my kidney beans right now. Okay? You can use dry ingredients for this, and actually you can make this a completely meatless chili. You could use freeze-dried stuff for it, freeze-dried beans, freeze-dried tomato powder, and it would still be probably pretty darn good. And we're going to talk about that more in TMP. Stay subbed. That's looking good. Okay, so I'm going to cover that. I don't add my pinto beans quite yet because this is a softer bean. These are already pre-cooked and it'll just turn into mush. I'm going to cook this for about 15 minutes with a tomato sauce, by the way, and then we'll come back and add that. Here comes our tomato sauce. Bang! Who says that? Bam, Emil? Is that it? I don't know. I don't know much about cooking, really. Just my favorite stuff. Oh yeah, we need some water in there. So I'm gonna go get some water, add it, and we're gonna simmer that stuff for a while. Oh yeah, that is looking good. Alright, since I added some water, I'm going to drain off the liquid from these pinto beans. I don't need more. Pocket Rocket coming through when we need it. Oh, dudes, that's looking good. Taste test. Wow. That is killer. Need some more stuff though. And I do season to taste. One, we're going to throw some of this in there. Cajun seasoning. It's about enough. Two, we need some more Lowrys. About like that. Trust me on this. Trust me, guys. Oh, yeah. The Nutnfancy Chili. Another taste test coming here. Mo better. A little bit more. Just a little bit more chili powder. Not a lot. There we go. That'll do it. Mix it. Let it simmer for a little bit more. Banging. Oh, brethren, we got ourselves some chow. Hey, let's check in with this stove, see how it's doing. It's been burning the whole time. Weak. I think it's an indoor stove, guys. Best suited for indoors, probably. Yeah, you can see how that's really struggling with the wind we got here. Perhaps those butane cartridges just aren't pressurized enough. just a little bit longer and that chili is going to be ready. Excellent. Sun has gone down. Temperature has gone down. Let's check in with a simmering chili. The Nutnfancy recipe. Oh, that is looking good. Time for a combat taste. Let's check it out. I don't have a napkin, so we're just going to go for it. See how the seasoning turned out. Every batch is a little bit different. Here you go. Oh, wait, you can't eat it. Okay, I will. Man, that's good. Especially in the cold and the snow. Perfect. I wouldn't change anything about the seasoning on that. Pocket Rocket coming through in a pinch. Well done, my little friend. The butane stove, in these conditions, not so much. Yeah, there's a flame there. It just can't cut it. It's an indoor stove from what I know about it now. It is lightweight. It's very affordable. The cartridges are affordable. I would still recommend it for an indoor stove. It's just that these tougher outdoor snowy conditions, it's too much. You need to go with an outdoor proven backpacking stove or a real camping stove, something like a Coleman, maybe a cast iron propane stove. There's lots and lots of options. You got to have something though. First and foremost, you got to have some food, but don't forget about cooking that food. These are just two of my options. Have multi-layers as you go, like we talked about. So it's eating time, fellas. In this urban cooking class in the Nutnfancy Project. Oh, boys, look at that. Dadgum, this is good. Man, it's noisy out here. Yeah. I like sour cream with it. I told you guys that. This is how I do it. I'll ladle that up like that. Set this down here just for a second. Here comes the sour cream. New spoon because this Nutnfancy demands it. Know what I'm saying? Real sour cream. Not fake. No, I couldn't backpack that in. But I haven't backpacked today, so I can use the good stuff. About like that. Not that much. Nutnfancy, what are you, man? I'm hungry, that's what I am. Banging. Look at that. That is living good, I tell you guys. Now, once again, we wouldn't have to have real meat to make this. We could use dried beans, maybe some dried tomato products, and dried onions as well. Chili powder will store forever. This is a fabulous recipe, very simple to cook. You saw how it was done. I would give the stove not so great a grade. The chili, thumbs up. You have been watching the Nutnfancy Project. See ya.